Welcome everybody back to the Radical Marketer YouTube channel, where we teach you how to leverage credit, how to leverage social media, and how to make money online. So if those three things interest you, go ahead and smash and punch that subscribe button, hit that like button, and go ahead and comment during this video of things that you would like me to make videos of. I would really appreciate it. It helps the YouTube God throw out this video to the whole world. So I really appreciate it. All right, guys, let's just jump right into the content. I wanted to talk about how to get high credit limit increases using Comenity Bank, okay? Comenity Bank has been absolutely essential in me building credit and high limit funding, okay? A lot of people I don't find talking about this on YouTube, and it is something that I have personally used when I was starting my credit journey to build high limits. And why are those important? Well, when you're going through underwriting and people are seeing you have credit limits of $10 to $20 to $30 to $40,000, that shows that you're responsible with credit and you're making your payments on time. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey with Comenity, my experience with getting credit limit increases and how I did it, okay? And then I want to go through some of the different store cards that Comenity has. Now, Comenity Bank basically is really, they're really involved in the store cards, and I don't normally recommend getting a bunch of store cards, okay? I just don't. And why is that? Well, if you get a bunch of store cards, you're gonna be killing your age of credit history. No matter if you use the shopping cart trick and get a bunch of these cards or whatnot, the amount of cards or the trade lines that you have, remember, there's a thing called age of credit, okay? So if you have 20 cards, you better have a long history with some of these cards. Otherwise, your age of credit is gonna be garbage, and a lot of people aren't gonna approve you when you want the cards that you want because your age of credit is so low. So I wanna make you aware of that, okay? So you don't go out after this video and apply for a bunch of Comenity cards and then be disappointed when you want the Sapphire card or you want the Platinum card, things like that from Amex, and they're like, hey man, you have a really bad age of credit, okay? So you have to make sure that you're aware of that. The other thing that you wanna make sure you're aware of with some of these cards is using your inquiries, of course, right? If you're gonna get them, use the shopping cart trick if you can get a shopping cart trick with some of these cards. Some of them you can, some of them you can't, okay? But I wanna make you aware of that so that way you're not applying for these things using massive amount of inquiries. All right, guys. So my journey with Comenity Bank started off with a company called Restoration Hardware, okay? Now, I know it's bougie furniture. It's very expensive furniture. I know a bunch of you guys are going to comment that IKEA is a better deal. I get it. You got to build it, though, and I didn't want to build it, okay? I like bougie furniture. I'm just a bougie kind of guy with that, okay? So I went into Restoration Hardware outlet store, and they sold me on the card. They're like, hey, get the card. You get this amount of, points, and you get this, and you get that. And so I applied for the restoration card. I was approved for $9,000, okay? 3 months later, I called in because I heard that there's no hard pulls. And by the way, there is no hard pulls for credit limit increases as of right now shooting this video for Comenity cards. So you can call every 3 months, every 60 days, and just boost up that credit limit, and do it through the automated system, okay? Don't talk to a human, don't do it online, call on over the phone, do it through the automated system, okay? But this is what I did. 60 days down the road, I think I was up to $13,000 to $14,000. Bottom line is now I have a $30,000 limit with Restoration Hardware, okay? And I did the same thing with Pottery Barn, okay? So Pottery Barn, I was approved for $10,000, and now I have a credit line of $25,000 with Pottery Barn, okay? So that's $55,000 in credit limits for those two companies, okay? Now, do I recommend you going out and maxing out that credit card? Absolutely not. Even if there's like low interest for 6 months or whatnot, it can help you get by. It can help you leverage cash flow. But remember, your utilization is going to tank if you're using $15,000 on a $30,000 limit, right? You want to stay under 30%. And your key is being 7 to 10%, okay? So benefits of Comenity cards are you can maximize cash flow with companies that you like to do business with. You can get high credit limit increases with no hard inquiry, okay? Those are really big. All right, so now let's just jump right into some of these cards. Comenity actually has 93 store cards. as of shooting this video, and it was published January 6th, and I'm shooting here in March 26th, okay? So this is very, very relevant. But what you'll see is they have Abercrombie and Fitch. I used to wear that in like 6th grade, okay? They have Big Lots. Used to go there when I was growing up. Buckle, overpriced clothes. I know, you guys are probably having a kick out of this. Crate and Barrel, Eddie Bauer, Express Next. And some of these cards, if you don't use them, they'll shut it down. I actually had the Express Net card. I never used it, and they shut it down. And here's another caveat, guys. When I was first starting off my credit journey, I watched this shopping cart trick, and I was like, oh, snap, I can get all this credit limit. And I went out and applied for like the Wayfair card, the Express card, using the shopping cart trick. And I literally destroyed my age of credit. And I wish I'd never would have done that. So caveat, I'm going to do a video on the shopping cart trick, don't worry, and how you can do it. But I don't recommend that you go ham on a lot of this stuff. Just literally, find a couple companies that you want to work with. Meyer, do some grocery shopping there in the Midwest. Pier 1 Imports, get some cool little foreign stuff in your house. West Elm, Wayfair, popular card right there, right? And then they do have a couple credit cards, okay? And then you can kind of go through this list, but 93 different cards, guys. And then they have the credit cards, the BJ's credit card, that would be pretty big. People in Virginia, they have BJ's. And then they go through Ann Taylor, Big Lots credit card, Buckle, okay? So caveat as well, for the store cards, there is no hard pull for a credit limit increase, okay? I don't know about these credit cards. I got to do more research on that. But these store cards, there's no hard pull for the credit limit increases with Comenity. And so, like I said, if you're building out your credit limit journey, get 1 to 2 max, okay? Get those credit limit increases high, okay? And then start building out your portfolio of cards, and then go after the business funding. Don't forget the business funding. The business funding is the biggest deal because you can hide your utilization using business funding, okay? Banks hate me telling you that, but it's the absolute truth, okay? Go ahead in the comments below and tell me what cards that you've applied for, how you like them. Now, I do have Synchrony cards. Synchrony is the biggest competitor of Comenity, okay? So what Comenity doesn't have in their portfolio, Synchrony will probably have, okay? We'll do a review on that too. I have found that I've had higher credit limit increases using Comenity cards than I have had with Synchrony cards, okay? Just throwing that right out there. Because I have the PayPal credit with Synchrony, I have the Amazon card with Synchrony, and they do give you credit limit increases, but it's like maybe once a year, okay? Maybe twice a year if you're lucky, okay? But I'll make a video on that. Guys, hey, really appreciate you subscribing, sharing, commenting. You help every time that you do that with getting this video out to the world, and it means more to me than you know. You guys have an amazing day, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Take care. Peace.